Script over here with another video, guys, and well, I did a video months and months and months ago, if you don't remember, and it had a thumbnail of Kathleen Kennedy, Charmaine Obaid-Chinoy, and Daisy Ridley, and their faces were literally in a toilet, going down a toilet, and it just continues here. This is nuts. This has got to be, what, the fourth set of writers now? This is number 4 now? Star Wars Daisy Ridley project still alive with scribe George Nolfi. It's still alive. Just call it a day, Kathy. Go away, Kathy. It's over. It's over. And nobody wants to write for you because you're obviously not a person that is going to accept anybody's script at all, ever. It's just rewrite after rewrite. Despite the fast tracking of Sean Levy's standalone Star Wars movie with Ryan Gosling in talks to star, which, again, it's all just... Does anyone believe that? Do you guys believe that? I don't. None of this is happening. This is all just... But it's funny. It's funny to make fun of. The Daisy Ridley Rise of Skywalker sequel is getting another pass. This time by writer George Nolfi. And he's done a bunch of stuff. Like, he's done some stuff. I think he did, like, Born Identity or something. Charmaine Obaid-Chinoy still is attached to direct the story about Rey Skywalker set 15 years after the events of the 2019's The Rise of Skywalker. The plot is rumored that Rey, the granddaughter of Emperor Palpatine... I'm sorry, guys. It's just... The granddaughter of Emperor Palpatine will oversee a school of Jedi. Oh, man. They just had to take that away from Luke to... I don't know what. I don't know why. I don't know. To make it so that girls like Star Wars, and it's really going really, really well. Girls clearly love Star Wars, guys. You can tell by the numbers. Especially like Skeleton Crew. Did you see the numbers on that? Girls love Star Wars. They just love it. In general. It's just... Previous scribes on the Rey story included Damon Lindelof and Justin Britt Gibson. Peaky Blinders creator Stephen Knight also was making a go at it in April and stepped away in October. And the rumors are that Kathy's she sends you back a script and it's got so many notes on it that you have to rewrite it. And I've said before, Kathy, you need to just write it then. Stop letting everybody else be the fall guy and grow a pair and write it yourself. If it's at that level where you are just completely controlling everything and not allowing these writers to have any creativity, then just write it yourself. Just write it yourself, but you don't want to do that. Kathleen Kennedy to me is just, it's not even just incompetence, it's this weird, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like this weird, fake, I'm running the show, so I don't want anyone else doing anything, and I don't know. Honestly, I have a sneaking suspicion that behind the scenes, it's pretty awful at Lucasfilm. Unless you're just going to do whatever she says. If you want to do anything different, like look at what happened with the Rogue Squadron movie. And we get the sense, we don't know, that Patty Jenkins just took a walk. She'd had enough of rewriting her script 50 million times. And if that's the environment that they're in over there, then nothing's getting done. And anything that's going to get done is going to get done in the, through the birthing of Kathleen Kennedy. There's no creativity. It's all her. So I go back to it. Write it yourself. Write it yourself, Kathy. But you don't want to do that because then you get the blame. You want to rewrite these other people's scripts over and over and over and over and over and over. That's what it seems like, right? That's the rumors, and that seems to be what it is. I mean, going through all these writers. Then why don't you bone up and just do it yourself? And take the heat when it comes. Because you don't want to do that. These are the type of people running Lucasfilm. Like, they're weird, narcissistic, like, creepos that just don't want to just be adults and take responsibility for what they're doing. It's really creepy and weird. Really weird. Daisy Ridley told Deadline last year, I know bits and bobs. I know there's an introduction of new characters. I don't know about the previous characters. And that includes her twin flame, Kylo Ren. Dude, I predicted if this ever gets made, they are going to go the Kylo impregnated Rey route when he healed her in The Rise of Skywalker. It wasn't just a heal, it was a heal plus impregnate on her stomach. I'm telling you guys, that's the route they're going. That's the route they're going. I can just feel it. I feel it in my guts. And my gut's been pretty good with Disney in predicting stuff. Not perfect, but it's been pretty darn good. I think that's what they're trying to do. And finding a writer that wants to do that is probably fairly difficult because that's a really stupid idea. Nolfi directed movies like Adjustment Bureau, Elevation, Banker, and Birth of the Dragon, Ocean's 12, Bourne Ultimatum. Yeah, I thought the Bourne Ultimatum was the weakest of the Bourne movies, however. Ocean's 12 was the weakest of the three, for sure. When Buddy's mom shows up at the end, you're just like, oh. But whatever, it's still a half-decent movie. Force Awakens, Episode 7, which blasted Ridley off to the world as Rey, is the highest-grossing movie of all time at the box office, except it only made... It didn't make that much money, though. But I think the budget they've said now is over $600 million. Plus marketing, they didn't make it hardly any money off of it. Maybe $400 million or something for a Star Wars movie. The fifth biggest all-time at $2.07 billion worldwide. This marks the 10th anniversary of The Force Awakens. The episode 7 through 9 Star Wars movies, which feature Rey, altogether ranked in $4.47 billion. Well, but we also know, I've done videos, we know that it also cost probably roughly close to $3 billion for those movies, so they didn't really make any money, and they spent $4 billion on the purchasing of Star Wars. Oh, are you guys with me? Let me know in the comment section. Kathy, just write it yourself. Just write it yourself. Now you got Nolfi in there, he's gonna quit. It's a joke. You already know what you want to do, so just write it yourself. Stop putting people through this. This is stupid. This is like so childish, putting these writers through this, trying to appease you. Just write it yourself, and then it's done. You don't even have to sit down and write it. Just have some schmuck, some assistant of yours sit there while you talk to them, and they'll type it into a computer. And then it's done. Right? And it's done. We can stop with this writer carousel. It's ridiculous. It's so stupid. I don't know. I don't think this movie's ever getting made, but if it ever does, it's whoever, the poor sucker who wrote it is going to get blasted, and everyone's going to ignore the fact that Kathleen Kennedy's really the person who wrote it, because it's all her ideas and what she wants to do. She announced it. She sat down with Daisy. She's the one who offered her $12 million. She's the one who told her sort of the bits and bobs of what the story is. So you write it yourself. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comment section what you think. If you like this content, please like, subscribe. It always helps the channel. Feel free to check out anything else on my channel. Have yourselves a really good day.